Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Trip, and welcome to episode 12 of That's a Shoot. Later on, we'll be talking about who's next in the WWE, but right now, let's put over and bury some things, why don't we? So, as always, let's start put over and bury something by putting over things. The first thing is this Ronda and Becky feud that they are very well building. Um, it seems like what they're doing is they're allowing Ronda Rousey to write her own promo. She wrote that promo when she that she shot on Nikki Bella. That was kind of like that work shoot thing. Um, she wrote that, and Paul Heyman's had a little bit of hands in it as well. So, and I think she may have wrote her promo this past Monday on Raw as well. So, it's coming off a lot better too. But on the other hand, who knows what's happening with Becky Lynch? Becky Lynch is doing great on the mic as well, and I think in both cases they have made both women look like just incredible badasses. So this could be one of those things where this match could really steal the show from Survivor Series. Number two, Elias. His face turn I think is incredible, and he's still connecting with the crowd now. He's and basically I think the best thing about it is that they haven't changed his character at all, not one bit. He is still the arrogant, condescending uh, jackoff. Except now he's doing it towards heels instead of baby faces, and he's not taking shots at the crowd, which is awesome. So, um, I think this is something that looks to be uh, definitely something that I can't wait to see how they continue with Elias, and they may have just walked into an absolute megastar in Elias if they do the right things. And the third thing are the Miz and Bryan stuff that happened this week on SmackDown. I thought it was good. I thought it was really really good. There have been rumors out there that they might try to turn Miz face, which I'm okay with because even though someone may be a better heel, it's always good to try to turn things to try to change their characters. And again, it'd be the same thing with the Miz, right? They turned Elias from heel to babyface, and they haven't changed his character. It'd be the same thing. You turn Miz. If you're gonna turn Miz from heel to babyface, he still needs to be the same person. He still needs to be the A-lister. He still needs to be the zing. The only thing is that now his promos are directed at heels. His promos are directed at you know those type of things. So that's something interesting to Rocks. But the interactions they had backstage and in the ring and outside the ring, I thought was incredible. And also congrats to the Miz and to WWE for not having, first of all, WWE for not having the Miz work, and two for continuing on with the part if it is a work about the injury that he had at Crown Jewel. I thought still continued. I thought that was still good. So good for that. Bury. It's time to bury some things. The first one are the rumors of Shane McMahon heel turn. It's already. First of all, it's it's amazing the way they still, the way they still are stuck in like late '90s and early 2000s, where if something's not going right, just turn the McMahon heel, and apparently it's gonna work. And it's no, it's just not. It's first of all, and I've said this all the time. I've said this one time before. Heel authority figures are are just they're so passe. They really are. Now, the authority figures they don't need to be baby faces. They really don't. They don't need to be baby faces, but they totally don't need to be heels, without question. I don't want heel baby faces. I don't want heel baby faces. You can't have a heel baby face. I don't want heel authority figures anymore. I really don't. And listen, at this point, people are just gonna boo Stephanie McMahon just because it's kind of like booing Roman Reigns. So, but Shane McMahon gets cheered, at least he was getting cheered before his little stunt at Crown Jewel. So just keep him, just keep him babyface. Or in fact, you know, maybe just keep him and Stephanie, all three together, and then like do something. Well, that's a whole another thing. Never, I won't even talk about that. So, but yeah, I really hope that they don't do this. I really hope they don't. It's just, it's bad enough to have, like I said, to have Stephanie, but then you're gonna have Shane, two, you have two heel authority figures, and then you're going to have two, well, I guess you only have one there, right? You only have one babyface authority figure out of the four authority figures that's supposed to be between Raw and SmackDown. Second, it's Kurt losing. And I'm talking about Kurt Angle. He lost at the Crown Jewel pay-per-view. He then went to Monday Night Raw and lost to Drew McIntyre. And there's some stuff that has come out about, Kurt wanting to, they wanted to make Drew McIntyre look like $1 million. And apparently this is even Kurt's idea to do that with Drew McIntyre. And listen, and I'm okay. I'm okay with that if it was like, and I think the reason why I'm burying this because I would be okay with that if this was, Kurt actually finally retiring, not wrestling anymore at all. But apparently he's still gonna be part of the Survivor Series. And they still have some other stuff for him to do up until WrestleMania. So when it comes to wrestling, so I kind of think that and he's 50 years old. He's damn near, he's 49. Yeah, they're going on 50. So he, it's if he were to retire and they were doing that to give Drew the rub, I'd be more okay with it than just doing it now. So yeah, I understand, and it was Kurt's idea. They're trying to get some stuff under Drew. I love it, but I'm not that much of a fan of it. And let's face it, the endless rematches are just something that everybody is just tired of. It really is. And I made this. I've said this for about the last 6 or 7. I'll say 3 or 4 years. I've said it about WWE 2K, the video game. When you go into universe mode, you create a rivalry. That seemingly every week on the show, that rivalry is played out. And it's like, and I just said that never happened in WWE. But I'm starting to be proven wrong about WWE because, boy, I swear, there's just rematches up the wazoo. I mean, Finn and Lashley had a rematch, and then and the Evolution rematch between the Riot Squad and Natalia and Shotzi and Bailey and then over on SmackDown, there was some new stuff over on SmackDown. There was some new stuff, and listen, we the Usos and the New Day, we've seen that dozens and dozens of times, right? And it was a great match, but we don't need to see that again. But I will say this: at least it wasn't a rematch. They didn't wrestle last week, um, so yeah, I kind of think that they need to, we need, they need to hire somebody. They're making all their money. They're not going to hire somebody to come up with some type of algorithm to where they can just, they can make sure that these wrestlers don't wrestle each other like within a certain amount of time. Shout out Ali Davis of the Wrestle Talk channel here on YouTube. He said that since April, Sasha Banks has had some type of match with the Riot Squad, with members of the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, or Sarah Logan, 18 times since April. Oh my goodness! How does that happen? Now listen, I am for long-term feuds. I am so about long-term feuds. I think we need, we need more of that. But there needs to be breaks inside. Breaks inside. There's no doubt in 1996, Undertaker and Mankind had one of the greatest feuds of all of that year. But it mixed up in between those matches with Mankind. He also had matches with Goldust. He wrestled Goldust 3 times on pay-per-view, and I think he wrestled once on a thing. So I mean, come on, really, right? Let's go. So let's start with the endless rematches. That is it for Put Over and Bury, and now we will move on to the main topic this week, and that is who's next in the WWE. Obviously, as we all know, Roman Reigns is now taking time off and dealing with his leukemia battle, and we all wish him well. But now, as we must say, the show must go on, and now we move on to the show. As we all know, Roman Reigns was the guy, and we can probably say that Roman Reigns was the only guy, right? Because it's been years. It's been since WrestleMania 31, right? WrestleMania 31. Since that time, we've been talking about Roman Reigns as the guy. And rumors of a Ronda Rousey Charlotte Flair main event at 35. More than likely, if his illness hadn't happened, it was going to be probably a Roman Reigns main event at 35. But now with Roman dealing with his battle, who is the guy? Who is the person that is going to take the WWE into a new era? And I don't know if WWE knows, and I don't know if anybody else knows, right? We have candidates, right? We have candidates. Right? There's Braun Strowman. People like Braun Strowman. He organically got over as a babyface with the crowd. So and he would totally be a the biggest monster babyface of all time, probably. If you were to you'll give him the ball and run with it, right? There's Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, he's really over. He can get it done. He puts on fantastic matches, and he can run with it. There's Drew McIntyre, and I have loved what Drew has done over the past couple months. I really wanted him to be a part of this WWE title picture. But now with Roman gone, he can probably be a part of the Universal title picture without question. And I'm thinking that's who they've chosen. But there's some other people. You've got Dean Ambrose. His newly heel turn can really make him the biggest thing in the company. This new heel turn, and especially if here's the reason why. The reason why he turned heel is really despicable, and if it's really an evil thing, which I don't think they would really do. If you know where I'm going, with this, they probably wouldn't go down that route. It probably would be in bad taste, even if Roman gave his blessing, it probably would still be in bad taste. They probably still would not do it. But if they happen to go down that route, they'll just make him maybe like the most evil heel in the history of the business, and that could be saying something. And then he just be the guy, you put the title on him, and then trying to get it off. There's Daniel Bryan, right? Daniel Bryan. Most people were hoping that if he got back in the ring, that he would go back to being the guy. It has not happened that way, and in some form of fact, I'm actually okay with this. He should not have just automatically come back and gotten the championship. I think that was one of the things that was good about, again, the organic thing about the Yes movement was that the crowd got behind him, and I think maybe that's what you'd want to get to see is to have the crowd organically get behind Daniel Bryan and want him to win the championship. And maybe that's what they're doing with AJ Styles right now. Because AJ Styles is a likable guy, don't get me wrong, but there does seem to be this thing that even for like AJ Styles, right? Even for like AJ Styles to hold the championship for a year turns some people off for some reason. I don't know why that is. The people who hold championships very long, they seem to be seems to upset the fans. I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure why that is. But so I don't know what that is, but I think Daniel Bryan's still the guy. This is Jeff Hardy, right? Jeff Hardy. There was some even thoughts that when Jeff Hardy came back, Jeff Hardy's older. He's an older cat. But there was even thoughts that Jeff Hardy came back, WWE still wanted to push Jeff Hardy, as a superstar and give him a big push. So there's still that, and then there's other guys. I talked about Elias. Elias is doing really good. So, and I'm talking about all of the guys, but there can be women who can be the girls, right? Right? There's Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair could all lead the WWE into the next era of professional wrestling. It doesn't have to be a guy. So it could be some of the girls too. So I'm not sure. And then of course there's always the guys in NXT, right? There's Gargano, there's Aleister Black, there's Velveteen Dream. Although I've said this before, I want Velveteen to stay in NXT for at least another, year or so. You know, the earliest I want him coming up would be at after next year's SummerSlam. The latest would be WrestleMania 36. After WrestleMania 36, after that. But see, I want him to hold the NXT title. And he has the opportunity, right, to he faces Ciampa at Takeover War Games. So, and I think that would be good too, right? Put the title on Ciampa. Not put the title on Ciampa. He's already got the title. Put the title on Dream and let Dream hold it for until next SummerSlam, and then you could take it off, or the next mid card. I don't know if it's gonna be Takeover Chicago, but the next mid card, middle of the year takeover, whatever. But just keep him down there. So in all actuality, because particularly when you talk about age, because I think Dream is 22, 23. That's really the next guy. That's really the true. His mannerism, the acting, everything like that, I think is so on point. So he is truly the next guy whenever they feel like it. I truly think he is the next guy. But as of for right now, in the near future, as Roman Reigns, makes his way back from his illness, who's next? Who should be next? In my opinion, I think it's Drew McIntyre, and I think that I'm not sure what the plans are. There's been a lot of rumors about what was going to happen with Brock Lesnar. He's won the Universal Championship, and so we'll have to see. But what I would do, and this is just me, is that I would have Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. Oh no, actually no. Actually, I'm nah. Actually, let me change that. Let me change that. Back that up a bit. I would do Drew McIntyre. I would just do straight up Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar. That's better. Because I've always said that when talking about Roman Reigns, if they wanted Roman Reigns just couldn't win the championship. Can do that and then pin the other person and then Brock Lesnar. They just couldn't do it. I kind of like the way they did it at SummerSlam, where Brock Lesnar was he was so taken aback by Braun Strowman that he got speared 2 times, got the Superman punches, and then he got the chair driven into his face from the spear. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that way. I got to play it off that way. Although it really could have been, it could have just been Roman Reigns just beating the hell out of Brock Lesnar. I think that's really the way you should have go. However, if I'm going to say that Drew's the next person, then I think they have to do something like that with Drew. It can't just be a triple threat match, a 4-way dance, whatever. It has to be Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. Drew McIntyre has to Claymore kick the hell out of Brock Lesnar. And by God, if Brock Lesnar, if he does fight before WrestleMania, and he's holding the Universal Championship and the UFC Championship, and then you have Drew McIntyre So I think that's the way it should go. We will wait and see what happens with the WWE. All right, y'all. That is it for this week's episode of That's a Shoot. Thank you guys in the WWE. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJ Trip signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful.